Welcome everyone. In this video, I will be covering section 11.4, which are about comparison tests. So earlier in chapter 11, we covered 11.1, 11.2, and 11.3, three sections. The first section being about being sequences, when a sequence is convergent, when a sequence is divergent, and then when the sequence is increasing, decreasing, how to compare the sequence with the relating function to study about the behavior of the sequence and so on. Then in 11.2 we covered series, and mainly you covered the geometric series and the P series, when the geometric series converges, when the P series converges and diverges, and so on. And then in 11.3 and also 11.3, you saw integral test. Prior to that, you also saw test for divergence, and then you saw integral test. And this is the next one that you're studying, is the next one that you're doing in this section is a comparison test. So there are several tests we apply to check whether a given series is convergent or divergent. Sometimes we will be able to say where exactly the series converges, like the sum of the series, we will be able to find out. Like geometric series, we know we can even find out where the geometric series converges to. Uh, but most of the times we won't be able to say where the series is converging to. We can only say it is converging or diverging, but we cannot say where exactly, what is the sum of the series. We can say that using telescoping series method, if you are able to identify a series as a telescoping series or a geometric series, will you be able to say where the series is converging to, or what the sum of the series is? Okay, in this section, we will cover two types of comparison test. One is regular comparison test, and the other one is limit comparison test. So let's see what the requirements of this comparison test are. In the comparison test, the idea is to compare a given series with a series that is known to be convergent or divergent. So we will be comparing usually the series that we will take for comparison to is a geometric series. Geometric series, you know that it looks like sigma a times r to the n minus 1. And we know that it is convergent when common ratio, absolute value of the common ratio is less than 1, and it divergent when absolute value of the common ratio is more than or equal to 1. Now, so we will take normally geometric series is one good series to take for comparison. Then the next series, which is very handy also, is the P series. The P series looks like sigma 1 over n to the power P, n varying from 1 through infinity. And this converges when P is more than or equal to 1, and it diverges when it converges whenever P is strictly more than 1, and it diverges whenever P is less than or equal to 1. You know, it is kind of opposite of geometric series relations. It diverges whenever P is less than or equal to 1. That's why we know that sigma 1 over n, this corresponds to the P series P equal to 1. So it is known as harmonic series, and you know that it is divergent. It's a divergent harmonic series. So far we have seen geometric series and then the P series, which are helpful to compare the given series to. The comparison test, what does it state? Suppose sigma an and sigma bn are series with positive terms. If sigma bn is convergent and a sub n is less than or equal to b sub n, which means the nth term of the given series is smaller than or equal to the nth term of the series that you're comparing to, for all n, then sigma an is also convergent. So the behavior of sigma bn is same as the behavior of sigma an. If sigma b sub n, this is sigma b sub n is a series that you are comparing to, is divergent, and nth term of an is more than or equal to nth term of bn for all n, then sigma an is also divergent. Standard series for use with comparison test, as we said, it's uh, more like geometric series or P series. In using the comparison test, we must, of course, have some known series sigma bn for the purpose of comparison. Most of the time, the following two series will help. The P series, sigma 1 over n to the power of P, is convergent. We have seen these two series before. Is convergent when if P is more than 1, and divergent when P is smaller than or equal to 1. Then the other well-known series is the geometric series, sigma a times r to the exponent n minus 1. If you write that in the sigma form, it is sigma a times r to the n minus 1. If you write in the expanded form, it's a plus ar square, etc. And it goes as an infinite series, is convergent whenever the common ratio, absolute value of the common ratio is less than 1. Absolute value of the common ratio must be less than 1. And is divergent whenever the absolute value of the common ratio is more than or equal to 1. Let's take this example. Determine whether the series sigma n varying from 1 through infinity 5 divided by 2n square plus 4n plus 3 converges or diverges. So normally we try with the test for divergence, that is the easiest one. And if it doesn't work, we will go for any other test. But this problem being given under comparison test, we will try. But I'm just saying that if you're getting this problem and you're not given, you have to apply comparison test. How do you go by regular methods and try that? So if in case you apply test for divergence, so what will you do? Limit as n approaching infinity of the nth term. This is what you would try. Limit as n approaching infinity. Nth term is this expression without the sigma. That is the nth term. This would be the nth term, a sub n. So it is 5 divided by 2n squared plus 4n plus 3. So it is 5 divided by something very large, which is equal to 0. So if the limit of the nth term is equal to 0, the test is inconclusive. So it is test for divergence fails actually. So the test for divergence is inconclusive. If in case this happened to be not equal to 0, you get a value here and it's not equal to 0, you can immediately conclude that the given series is divergent series. That's why it's called test for divergence. That doesn't say anything about convergence. It only says whether the series is divergent or not. Now, so because it's going to be anyway failing in this case, test for divergence, now we have to apply the comparison test that we just learned. So for comparison, you have to compare it to a well-known series. right? So which should be a well-known series for now. It's only geometric or P series. So whenever you compare, look at the numerator and the denominator. Numerator is 5 and the denominator is 2n square plus 4n plus 3. Denominator is dominated by the square term. So compare the given series, to sigma bn, the known series. We will make it known series, which is sigma 5 numerator. Actually, if it has some n expression involving, if it is a polynomial in n, then you will choose the highest term with the highest exponent on the numerator. Now here it's only constant, we'll choose that constant. In the denominator, it is 2n squared is a leading term, so we will pick the 2n squared. So because it has to be a well-known series, you can consider this to be 5 over 2 sigma n varying from 1 through infinity, 1 over n squared. So 1 over n squared, we know that this is a P series with the P equal to 2 more than 1. So it's a P series, P equal to 2 more than 1. So it is convergent. So when we say a well-known series, sigma bn should be a well-known series, now you should make sure that you are able to find out its convergence or divergence. That's why we normally choose geometric series or P series. So we can say definitely when it converges, when it diverges. So you are going to compare the given series sigma an to this sigma bn, which is known to be convergent. And the next step here, if you look at this comparison test, we have to establish, because your well-known series is a convergent series, you have to establish this result now. An, nth term of the given series is smaller than or equal to nth term of the well-known series for every n. That condition we have to establish. So for that, you consider the denominator of the given series, sigma an, in the problem. So this is definitely 2n squared plus 4n plus 3 is definitely more than 2n squared. So if I take the reciprocal, the inequality will reverse, right? 1 over 2n squared plus 4n plus 3 will be less than 1 over 2n squared. Now, because I need to get an on the left-hand side, I have to multiply by 5. So now the left-hand side is an, and this is definitely smaller than or equal to bn. Why bn? Bn, this expression, which is same as this expression, that's exactly what we have here. And this is true for every n. This is true for every n. Now we have established both conditions. So we are comparing to a convergent series, and we have also proved that an less than or equal to bn. So what is your conclusion? The behavior of sigma bn is same as the behavior of sigma an. So sigma an and sigma bn behave alike. Sigma an, which is equal to the given series 5 over 2n squared plus 4n plus 3 converges by regular comparison test. Whenever you make any conclusion about the convergence, you have to quote the test that you are applying. If there are any requirements you need to prove, you have to establish those requirements. Then you have to conclude why you are saying it's convergent or divergent. So we will continue with this material in part B of concept video for 11.4 comparison test. So see you all in my next video. Hope this video helps.